It is ridiculous to see that we have to do an entire boss fight within 90 seconds. I've seen plenty of people struggle with this, so I'm gonna try to help you out. But first things first, this is my raiden shogun build. It's really not that great. It's my crit rate and crit damage, but I would note that the stage actually has a crit damage increase, so give yourself some crit rate if you need to change around your build. This is my energy recharge. Now I do have her signature weapon. I am using Emblem, and here are my talents. But let's begin. All right, so I prioritize getting ults as quickly as possible. So I start out with Chevreuse because it doesn't matter if she has ult or not. So I'll hold down Chevreuse's skill, and then I immediately switch into Thoma to have him get the elemental particles, and then I'll throw out his elemental skill to gain even more energy. Now, please pay attention to the fact that this is a C0 kujou sara. If you're used to playing raiden shogun with a kujou sara, chances are you have her at Constellation. Just simply tapping her skill is not going to work. If you're wanting to gain elemental particles in this trial, you'll first need to use her skill, but right here you'll notice that the crow feather does not spawn at all, aka the little thingy that gives you the buff. This is what it normally looks like, but using her skill in this trial is going to give you a charge attack to shoot one onto the ground. Once this thing erupts, it's going to spawn elemental particles, which I prioritize for the raiden shogun, so you want to make sure you switch into that character so you get the most amount of energy for them, because of course getting raiden shogun's ult is the most important. Now plan your attacks around the thunder surge strikes, even if it means you have an idle second or two, but in these idle times just keep attacking the boss because every bit of damage is going to add up. But I suggest waiting to fire off all your damage once the thunder surge begins. The damage bonus is worth waiting for, but it doesn't have to be perfect every time. Just as long as you're getting raiden shogun's initial burst hit within that window, you'll be fine. Oh, and whether or not you've mastered playing her, doing charge attacks in her burst does lots, but feel free to alternate though, because I did. Here, this is the ideal perfect setup. Just as a thunder surge is about to begin, I gather up all my skills, all my ults. Make sure you use Chevreuse's skill, that way Thoma's ult will actually become useful when using raiden shogun's burst, because overloaded is what you want to take advantage of the most here. Now listen closely to this next part, because this is what will make or break winning this stage. So once it gets into this transformation phase, it's gonna spawn 4 robots. Genshin is actually giving us a nice indicator, a nice gold ring to show which one is, but during this long animation, now's a really good time to put up Chevreuse's skill. But pay close attention to the robot spawn. Its health bar takes exceedingly long to show up, but you can actually time it perfectly to kill this thing the moment it spawns. To time it, if it's still coming up from the ground, it's not ready, but if you see it at the end of a very obvious animation and it's no longer moving, go. Use raiden ult. Do not try and sit there with your skill or casting other character ults on this small robot. Use raiden shogun ult, especially if you're in a thunder surge. Then you can run over and dole out more damage to now the weakened boss in the center. And this weakened state actually lasts for a while, so you can easily do another rotation. But again, time it with the thunder surge. And boom!